everybody, welcome to Tech Growth Stocks channel. Today I present you a new episode. Specifically, I will give you 5 strong internet stocks for 2021. So these strong internet stocks have excellent momentum and they have good growth as well. So I think it definitely pays to watch that video until the end and have a look with me at all of these strong internet stocks. So before I start right off with the first internet stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note. Please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Okay, so that was for the intro. So let's start right off with the first strong internet stock for 2021. And as you can see, it is OSTK, Overstock. Here you can see the long-term chart of Overstock, and as you can see, Overstock was in a downtrend for quite some time. Let's say from around January 2018, and it until the low, let's say March 2020, where we made a low in Overstock. Together with the Corona breakdown, we had a strong move to the downside in Overstock, and we made that March low. We reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and we could break the downtrend in Overstock, let's say around April 2020, and have been trading to the upside since then and forming a nice and strong uptrend. I mean, when you look in the chart here, this has been a way strong momentum move since March 2020. I mean, we were trading around $3 or below $3, and we traded up to $120 in just let's say this was August 2020. I mean, in just 5 months we had a 40 times move. This doesn't happen very often in stocks, so this was an excellent momentum move. And yeah, since August 2020 we have been consolidating and correcting in Overstock. This you can see here in the short-term chart. We came back, we had a short-term rally, but this did not last long. We traded down again, then here short-term rally, traded down, and now it looks like we trade to the upside. We are trading to the upside as well. So we just broke out here above these highs, a strong signal, and we can build like a, let's say a short-term handle, and I think soon we could trade even higher and continue with that strong uptrend here in Overstock. So I mean, from a technical standpoint, Overstock is looking strong, and I have been covering Overstock since last year, since around November, and it was in my strategies in the online retail stock strategy and also in this internet stocks strategy. So I mean, yeah, I think so these strategies are up heavily in Overstock because they entered, let's say, around $60, and now we are at $92, so already a 50% move. So yeah, from a technical standpoint, Overstock is looking strong. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is not the strongest. It's minus 190%, but the sales growth is very strong with 110%, and the relative strength rating is excellent with 98. So with these characteristics, Overstock is definitely a strong internet stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Overstock. Now let's have a look at the next internet stock for 2021. And it is C Limited. Here you can see the long-term chart of C Limited, and as you can see, C Limited is a quite young company. It had its IPO in October 2017, so it's a little bit older than, let's say, about nearly 4 years old, yeah, and or 3.5 years, around that. And yeah, you can see after its IPO, it formed a nice IPO base that took some time, and it could break out of that IPO base in February 2020 with a strong upside momentum move with strong volume. and form a nice and strong uptrend since then. The short-term chart, we see that uptrend here, and we see as well very nicely we bounce here of the 40-day moving average, again of the 40-day we bounce, again we bounce around the 40-day to the upside, we bounce here of the 50 and 40-day, here we bounce of the 50-day, 40-day, we bounce the 30-day, we bounce the 50-day to the up, we bounce of the 50-day to the upside, and here again we bounce strongly to the from the of the 40-day to the upside. I mean, these moving average lines are very strong support for that stock, and it's trading higher and higher. So from a technical standpoint, C Limited is looking excellent. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is strong with 64%. The sales growth is also very strong with 100%. And the relative strength rating is very good with 95. So with these characteristics, C Limited is definitely a strong internet stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for C Limited. Now we come to the next strong internet stock, and it is Zoom Video Communications. And when we look here in the long-term chart, we can see Zoom Video was an IPO, had its IPO in April 2019, and so it's a quite young company. Why do I mention always the IPO date? Yeah, because in their first 10 years after their IPOs, strong stocks have their super performance phases 95% of the time. Or let's put it differently, 95% of their super performance is happening in their first 10 years after their IPOs. And so it definitely pays if you buy a young company in their first 10 years after their IPOs, because their strongest period, the 95% of their strongest periods is happening in their first 10 years. And yeah, we can see Zoom Video had its IPO base built until, let's say, around March 2020, and then it could break out of that IPO base, trade strongly to the upside, and have a very strong uptrend and momentum move. And in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend here, and we see as well we have been consolidating for quite some time here, or correcting for quite some time in Zoom Video since around October 19th. We have been correcting, and we traded here down to the downside. Yeah, then we had a reversal move, but that lasted not very long. Again, we traded to the downside, and here we had a shakeout happening, shakeout from these lows here. Very strong sign for Zoom Video. We shook off the weak hands, and now we shook them off. Now we trade to the upside a little bit, and just on Friday, we had a very strong breakout in Zoom Video. Volume was coming in, 7.6% upside move in Zoom Video. I think that's a strong sign, and I think soon we could trade higher in Zoom Video. We would, I think, what's the excellent would be we trade around here a little bit, then have another breakout, trade here, and then go to the upside and continue with that strong momentum move. So I think from a technical standpoint, Zoom Video is looking excellent here. When we look at the growth characteristics, they are excellent as well, or even more excellent. The EPS growth is super strong with 5,050%. The sales growth is also way strong with 361%, and the relative strength rating is good, with very good with 94. So with these characteristics, Zoom Video is definitely a very strong internet stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Zoom Video. Now let's have a look at the next strong internet stock for 2021, and it is SFIX, Stitch Fix. Here you can see the long-term chart of Stitch Fix, and as you can see, Stitch Fix as well was a recent IPO in November 2017, and you can see here, yeah, we have been in a long-term sideways movement with quite some volatility. Here we tried to break out from an uptrend, but we reversed, and then yeah, we hanged around that area here around, And yeah, here we had a breakdown together with the Corona pullback, and we made that low in around March 2020. We reversed, traded to the upside, and could form a nice strong uptrend since then. You see the moving averages are stacking up to the upside, so that's it. We definitely have a nice strong uptrend, new uptrend in SFIX. When we look in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend here. And you can see as well, we bounce here quite nice off the 50-day. Here we bounce off the 50-day, traded strongly on earnings to the upside. A strong earnings gap. And yeah, here recently we bounced off the 30-day moving average, and now it looks like we are bouncing off the 20-day moving average. And that pullback, I think, could be an excellent entry point for SFIX, either here or let's say around the 40-day, I think would mark an excellent entry point. And yeah, so from a technical standpoint and an entry standpoint position, I think SFIX is looking excellent here. When we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is sluggish. It's minus 2,981%. And the sales growth is plus 6%. But the relative strength rating is good with 91%. And SFIX is in the hot internet space, the internet retail space. So I think SFIX is definitely a strong internet stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for SFIX. Now we come to the last strong internet stock for 2021, and it is ETSY, Etsy. Here you can see the longer term chart of Etsy, and as you can see, Etsy was a recent or not so recent IPO, but not old. So it's not an old company from an IPO perspective. Its IPO was in April 2015. After its IPO, it formed into a downtrend, traded to the downside. And then around February 2016, it made its low, reversed from that low and traded to the upside. And since then, we have been in a long-term uptrend in Etsy. And you can see as well from July 2019, yeah, we had a correction phase in Etsy, and together with the Corona breakdown, we made a low in March 2020 in that correction phase, and we reversed from that low, traded to the upside, broke the short-term downtrend here, and continued with a strong uptrend in Etsy. When we look in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend here, and we see as well, for instance here, we bounce here of the 30-day, we bounce of the 30-day here as well. Here we bounce of this would correspond to the 100-day moving average. We bounce here of the 100-day moving average here as well. Of the 100-day, a nice bounce to the upside here again. Of the 30-day, we bounce, and here again we bounce of the 30-day. And yeah, we have been just trading to the upside into new high ground on Friday. So Etsy is looking way strong here from a technical standpoint. When we look at the growth characteristics, these are excellent as well for Etsy. The EPS growth is super strong with 483%. The sales growth is also way strong with 132%. And the relative strength rating is good as well with 93%. And Etsy is in a hot sector in the internet retail space. So I think Etsy is definitely a way strong internet stock for 2021. Okay, so these were the strong internet stocks for 2021 for today. I hope in that video are some nice stocks for you which you can use for your research. And please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. And I think this year will be an excellent year for stock trading and stock investing. With all that fiscal and monetary stimulus going on around the world from the central banks and from the governments, with all this extraordinary stimulus, I think that will propel stock prices higher and higher into new high ground. And I think that will make our pockets big. So I think it's definitely a strong year this year, and I think you should definitely focus all of your time and energy on your stock investments. I think that could make a big difference for you going forward. Okay, so thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.